welcome to the Liverpool Community Podcast. And once again, I'm doing the creative series where I'm talking to different creators here in Liverpool. And I find this one is going to be a particularly interesting one because, like, as we all know, for those YouTubers out there, we like to watch those, like, fan films. And I'm happy to be sitting here with a writer and director of a new fan film shot here in Liverpool. So I'm here with my guest, Christian Bird. How you doing, Christian?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Chase. Yourself?
Well, no, I'm doing good, Christian. I mean, like, I've been, following your story because I am a troll and everything. But basically, your film is called Batman Darkest Night.
Yes, that's right, yeah.
Right? And that's got to be cool because Batman, the Patterson one was just shot here in Liverpool, about 2 or some odd years ago, the Batman movie.
2021, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. I'm no good at numbers, Christian.
It's too early to
But you was working on your idea since like 2019, weren't you?
Yes, that's correct, yeah.
And everything, and it took a while to make this labor of love. So, yeah. I mean, can you give us kind of like an overview of Batman: The Darkest Night?
Yeah, of course. Well, basically, I started writing the script around about like 2019. It was around about the summer. And I remember at the time we were sort of like going for like different ideas, different approaches, because originally the script was going to be called like Batman versus Jack the Ripper. I started writing the first draft of that, the first couple of pages, and the story itself was just, it didn't make any sense at all.
Really?
It was like, stepping into like an episode of Sesame Street the way it was. And,
I thought you kind of got caught up into, is this the Joker or is it Jack the Ripper?
Well, basically, it was... I think at the time I was going through these phases. You get inspired by watching, reading a book or listening to music or watching a film.
Yeah.
And I was getting all like these ideas because I think I got the idea from like the Michael Caine Jack the Ripper film.
Okay.
And I think I was going, maybe we could work with something around that. And at the time, being like inexperienced, going, okay, I want to try and get this film made. Originally it was going to be called Batman Blood at Midnight.
Ooh.
And I was like thinking, okay, I need to try and work around and stuff, like getting ideas. And I was like, okay, so the murders happen at midnight each night. And I was like, well, the story's not going anywhere because it's just like the same thing, repeating the same scenes over and over again. Batman goes out, Batman comes back, trying to find the killer. So I was like, okay, I'll take like about 4, 5, 6 month break from it, because it was like writer's block, which was a very, very
of course, common thing for the creative, yeah.
So I took like 6 months from it, just taking a break, just doing like whatever really, just sort of like concentrating with my personal life, and ran about like thinking, okay, I've got like an idea, and we sort of like got like some characters from like from the Batman universe, the mythos, such as like Harvey Dent. And we're going, okay, what if he's the killer? So when we started working stuff like that, going with his split personality disorder, we thought, okay, that might actually work by using this ingredient. And when we started putting these ideas in, it made the story became more or less like took a bit of its own, basically.
Yeah.
So we just created like this whole new situation with like the Batman, like with these characters from like from the comics, from the movies, and sort of like readapted them, reintroduced them as these figures. And the next thing we started going about like the occult, like the Illuminati, which in this case we thought,
or the Court of Owls.
Yeah, the Court of Owls. Yeah. So basically, with stuff like that, I was like researching online about all these secret societies.
Yeah.
And there was one that I took an interest in was this Greek god called Janus.
The two-faced one.
Yeah, one face in the past, one face in the future. And I thought, well, what if we use that as a code name, like a moniker for Harvey Dent?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So once that actually started happening, that's when the story actually became okay. We put the story down.
Yeah.
Bring in like Selena Kyle, played by Lauren Blakeway. And what I liked about working with Lauren is like the first day, as soon as she came in, she was just an absolute star to work with.
Yeah, no, she's excellent.
And in this film, we brought back, Robbie James Williamson, who's a very close personal friend of mine, who took on the roles as Alfred again. Because in the first film, we were sort of like experimenting, sort of like trying to find our own thing, which was Batman Shattered Soul, which the film's okay, but the quality could have been a lot more better, in my opinion.
Oh, so this
Yeah.
is like your sophomore effort then.
Yeah.
Kind of like Spike Lee's School Days.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
know, you've already experimented with playing around in this universe, and
Yeah.
now this was your second go around.
Yeah, because we sort of expanded it more where we're bringing all these characters in, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, we got like the story, we've got the foundation of the characters. We can sort of like reinvent them. So originally, at first, it was going to be like a Batman film set in Liverpool, which to be honest, it wouldn't work at all in my opinion. With Liverpool,
Batman in the pool. It'd be like Gotham at Gaslight. No, I don't think so. And everything. I mean, because one of the things I heard was you did a lot of interiors, didn't you? Anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of like to cover Liverpool stuff up, isn't it? Like you shot a lot indoors.
Yes, because when we were doing like a lot of scenes, we were sort of like looking around, and luckily Robbie, who took on the producer role as well for the film, he helped me out, and he knew all these locations, and so we went to 39 Rodney Street, which was like the studio below, thanks to Ted and Sharon, and they allowed us to actually film in there for like the back cave, because we were sort of like looking around for like, okay, what can we use for something that's like dark?
Some you go down into.
Yeah. And so when we saw the stage, we thought, yeah, we can do that. Use the lights, brilliant. And when we sort of like going back and forth, going, okay, we need to find somewhere for like the Wayne Manor, which was the most difficult part. And we had to be a bit stealthy with this part, because we had to use like a hotel in Castle Street.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we had to bring like all the equipment in silently, like at night time, and we had like all these.
So it wasn't just the exterior you were looking for; you still needed somewhat of an interior type of thing
so
that
we
you could
needed
move around.
the interior for like the Wayne Manor, because originally we would use in the first film we used I think it was called the Pilgrim Pub for Wayne Manor.
And I think it's closed now, isn't it?
No, it's still going, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And because we went upstairs, because we were using like the upstairs bar.
Yeah, I know the upstairs bar. Yeah.
And I remember someone put a comment on YouTube, and that comment actually changed my opinion, saying, "Has Bruce Wayne got a drinking problem? Because he's just standing behind the bar all the time."
Yeah.
I thought, okay, we're moving away from that now. I mean,
yeah, you gotta listen to your fans, trolls, fans. But so anyway, I mean, speaking of locations, I mean, you had a kind of like I don't know if you would call it a funny incident, but you ended up in a yoga mat studio,
that was in December. I've got the dates now. From December the 1st December to the 5th of December of 2023, when we first started doing the first attempt to film the film. And at the time, it was a very toxic atmosphere, because there was a certain director involved. It was very unprofessional, causing like a lot of problems behind the scenes, as well as having like a poor work ethic.
Yeah.
So basically, we arrived in, I believe it was called Our Space, which is like a couple of floors up from the studio below. And I thought, okay, we get everything all like in one location, basically.
That sounds right.
Downstairs and bottom, and we were sort of like filming, and I was like, okay, because I always like to watch the playback and think, is everything all clear, everything okay? And I noticed behind me, doing the scene, it was such a dramatic scene, like a heartfelt scene. And behind me, you just saw like these pictures of like yoga mats. A picture of this woman.
You're lucky they were just pictures of yoga mats. I've been in some of these types of studios before, my friend. You're lucky you just got pictures of yoga mats. But did it make you feel like Batman could use a little Reiki or something?
No, I was like going, this isn't Batman, because when I asked the director about it, should we move them? And because I told Robbie this comment, and he was actually surprised. He went, well, you can just say like Bruce Wayne's actually decorating. That was a comment about the reason why everything is a mess.
Phil, Bruce Wayne's doing a little bit of decorating. He's doing a little bit of color charting. And, he's interior design.
He's always had an eye for fashion.
It's a good thing that you didn't go for that one there, Kristen. But I'm sure Robbie does really good work there. Let's talk about like some other people that do good work, because like sometimes you just gotta rely on people you trust.
Yeah.
And so for you, I mean, because you were were having, like, as you said, some problems and stuff, but you had your dad as your sound man.
Yeah.
Now, I love this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, like, because even dad has a little bit of a tinnitus.
So God, I mean,
He caught the sound, though, Phil. Don't be rude. You're old. Don't be rude. Yeah, I think so, Phil. But yeah, so dad did well, did he?
oh, he did brilliant, my dad. Because considering it was his first time, and he never learned anything about, like, learning how to do sound, and he sort of, like, learned it in his own way, like buying books about films. So he's sort of like, because my dad's, Billy, he actually learned it himself, sort of going, okay, this is what I've got to do. And he was learning about, like, the histories of it, like, from, like, the Hammer films, the Boom and Tascam. And he got really involved in it, and he really had some good ideas for the film as well.
See, I was asking you about your dad because, I mean, I'm of an older generation. We all know it's true. Yeah. But, I mean, your dad probably comes from that whole Super 8 era. It made me think about the Fablemans, you know what I mean? I mean, like, and you and him having that kind of relationship over this film and stuff and everything. I mean, would you work with your dad again?
Oh, definitely, because the way we sort of... Because with me, I was sort of, like, planning for the film to be like a... excuse me.
A trilogy, you were saying.
Like a trilogy, but also, friendly as well, for people to work with you, where they can actually relax, joke, and then when the camera comes on, bang.
Yeah.
And they actually did that, brilliantly. Like, from Tommy Tyler Morgan to Lauren Blakeway to Stevie T.
Stevie T. Turner?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And stuff, but I mean, before we move off your dad, I gotta just go one other story you mentioned about him is that, like, when he was younger, I presume, because you said it was like the 70s, he wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And he actually wrote a letter to Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
And I thought, now, isn't that amazing, Phil? Because at that time, Peter Cushing was Doctor Who.
Well, he did the films. He did the Doctor Who films, and he was obviously...
and he's obviously doing the Hammer. Yeah, he obviously was doing the Hammer stuff too.
Yeah.
But I mean, but this is the thing that got me. He responded back.
Yeah, twice on 2 occasions, yeah. Because I remember my dad showed me these letters, and these letters were like, from the 70s, handwritten, and you can actually see like the...
Oh, he kept the letters?
Yeah. He
nice.
Still got them, yeah. And he's got them in like a sort of like like a photo album. And
well, he's from the collector's period, so that's when
Because I know Peter Cushing on the letters he always put like, "May God's love be with you." That's what Peter Cushing always used to put. And because I was like really, because around about 2005, excuse me, me and my dad and my uncle, who's no longer with us, and my auntie, we went to see Christopher Lee at the Adelphi.
No.
And so it's weird because it's like, years ago when my dad's got that connection with Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
In 2005, I was only probably like 15 at the time, 15. Massive fan of Lord of the Rings. So actually meeting Christopher Lee, a guy who was, who's no longer with us, I'm afraid, but who is iconic.
Yeah.
And so my dad was actually sitting next to Christopher Lee's daughter.
Really?
Yeah, not realising at all until Christopher Lee went and over there.
Hey, what you doing with my daughter?
It was such a breeze experience because my dad was just sitting there next to her, and when Christopher went, and over there is my daughter.
Yeah, with that deep voice. And he's like about 7 feet tall, ain't he, Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite film of Christopher Lee? Don't tell me it be the wooden guy, the Wicker Man.
Oh, Edward Woodward. Yeah, brilliant film.
I knew he'd be picking that. So you know what it is? I usually pull these things out of thin air, Christian, and Phil goes, "What you talking about, man? What you talking about?" You know what I mean? And he's nowhere near like person that be saying what you talking about. Anyway, back to you.
I saw The Wicker Man as a B movie. It was
of course.
Film.
Of course.
Scared the heck out of me.
Oh yeah, it scared the heck out of a lot of people.
Did a remake, didn't it, or a sequel?
Yeah, we don't talk about that Nicolas Cage thing.
We don't talk about that,
Yeah. So back to you, because like basically, this project, it was a labor of love. I didn't know it was your second one, but you had a director that will not be named, but you ended up having to do like these double duties. You ended up doing the makeup as well.
Yeah, the makeup. Yeah, Basically, I had to go on YouTube to actually just learn how to apply makeup.
Hey, listen, Phil, there's nothing wrong. Stop shaking your head. It's special effects makeup.
This is punk filming.
It's guerrilla filmmaking, Phil. He's a master, and we're gonna get to where it leads you.
It's something upon the CV. Is there something upon the CV? Oh, well, I can do this. I can do that now.
I can do some putty. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, because you have like you said, Tommy Taylor Morgan playing Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
So like you ended up doing the T-face makeup.
Well, when we were doing the fight scene with me and Tommy, it was the 5th of August. It happened the 5th of August. And my dad heard it loud and clear. While we were doing the fight scene, we heard an almighty crack in my back. And a few hours before...
What, you threw him over your back?
No, basically we were doing the fight scenes, and there's a part where I had to bend down, and the suit I was wearing was very, like, a lot like Ben Affleck's Batman suit.
Yeah, the one that doesn't move, like you can't,
so
like, turn his head.
Like, walk around, like, God knows what, like King Kong or something. And basically, I bent down, and because it's like layers after layers after layers of this material, which is uncomfortable to wear, my back went, and we actually got like a record of my back going like that. And I remember going, oh God, my back.
You know what? You should have said this is not that Batman thing where he gets his back broken by Bane.
Oh, Nightfall.
Yeah. That's what it was. Thank you for helping me there. And I'm a geek, and I really usually know all my comics. But yeah, you said maybe that'll be your next one. But so in making the film, you said you did it in 8 days over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You had to break it up. So.
Yeah, so we did like, well, let's see, 5 days filming from the 1st to 5th of August.
Like over the weekends, you mean?
Yeah. And then on the 6th, 7th and 8th, we were off for 3 days. And on the 9th, we were in this chapel in Gattaca Village. And then on the 10th to the 11th to the 14th, we were in this hotel in Castle Street.
Wow.
But we had a bit of a few of a like, I've never really been into like the whole paranormal stuff at all like that. But we had,
what, you had some ghosts?
Yeah, because basically I was talking to this lady that works there and actually lives there as well.
Yeah.
And she says, around about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we see like an apparition of a little girl walking down the corridor.
Like The Shining?
Yeah, probably. I was expecting,
You know what I'm talking about, the twins.
Oh, the twins. Oh. I was expecting like Johnny Depp, not Johnny Depp, Jack Nicholson to make an appearance, here's Johnny.
Yeah, you wish. But tell me about but you ended up doing 9 scenes in one day?
Yeah, that was on the first day of August.
Is this all dialogue or?
Basically, there was like a lot of scenes where we were going for like scene 27, scene 26.
Yeah.
So we were going for like all these scenes, and so basically that's from 10 o'clock to I'll say about like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And luckily everyone knew
out by 8. That's
the
good.
lines. Basically, because in December we never got the footage back from the director at all. So we
the stuff that the director shot.
Yeah, so we had to like restart.
You had to reshoot.
Yeah, reshoot everything. Yeah.
Oh, that's messed up, man. That is real messed up, and everything. But basically, as I asked you, because a lot of people don't like talking about, but they should. This was like about $8,000 to make this film.
Yeah, £8,000 altogether. Yeah.
So if you ever thought, hey, I could go out and make one, think again.
Yeah.
Because it took you about like 3 years to gather all that, didn't it?
3 years just to save up altogether. 3 years, which I was happy with actually doing it, because I was like going, okay, well, it helps everyone. It helps people, like acting and stuff.
Well, it is. It's like you can't just say, hey, let's have a pizza. You know what I mean? And everything else like that. So basically, the point of this is like your heart and soul went into making this film and everything, and where it might seem, that tragedy, it actually went onto the circuit. So tell us about the success of the film.
Well, the success of the film, it literally took me by surprise. I mean, I knew the film was going to be like a big hit on YouTube, because it's received like over like 13,000 views in the space of a month, which was a huge accolade. And then I just put up on a few film festivals, like the LA Fan Films, MIC International Films.
Right. Don't speed through that because nobody understands what you're saying. So, Los Angeles fan film.
Yeah.
What was the award that you got for that?
Well, we got the best director debut for the film for LA.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, Phil, don't people come in here and they say, "Oh, I got this award, got that," and they think nothing of it. Mm-hmm. See, this is why we do this show. Right, you know, because first of all, it's the determination that you have to make something that people are probably telling you why bother, and everything. But when you stuck to your guns, this is why you bothered.
It's always like the determination, like if you can,
but not everybody can do that. That's what I'm saying, Christian. It's a good boon to you. Yeah. So the New York City Film Festival.
Yes.
NYCFF, right? Yeah. That award was.
Yeah, that award was the that was best independent feature.
Best independent feature.
Yeah.
Best independent feature in New York. I'm from New York, Phil.
I know, man. You've never done that.
Shut up, Phil.
It's early days. It's early days. Funny taste. Early days.
Hold on. You're supposed to be on my side, man. I make Wu-Tang videos. You've never done that. Okay, Phil. I didn't know I gave him that, though. You know. But you're going to continue to go out on a circuit with this, right? Because, I mean, you are working on the third part of the trilogy, which is Batman City of Embers, which you hope to start doing next year, I believe, right?
Yes, that's right, yes. We will be opening the auditions for around about August of this year.
Mm-hmm. But you already got your Robin, I understand.
Yeah, we got our Robin, who will be played by Callum Parker. So I'm looking forward to working with him because I met him through this. There was an event going on in the Make It Right, the studio below, and he was doing a play with Robbie. And you just sort of the way you meet people and you just get on so well with them. You have that instant connection.
I think I know who you're talking about. He was just in the collection, wasn't he, with Colin Hines and Merv Jones? Yeah, and he played a sidekick actually for Batman. Yeah. I don't know, man. He alluded to there was a little bit more going on between him and Batman. But how would you going to approach this? Because I think that reason why we haven't had Robin in the recent movies is because we're all in this woke generation, you know? I mean, when in the 30s, the 40s, when Robin came out, hey, Batman had a sidekick and he ran around in his underwear. And you know what I mean?
That's what I'm going for this one.
No, I know, but what I'm trying to say is, in the 60s, Burt Ward ran around in his underwear with some tights, but then they realized that, come the 80s, we could do this in a cartoon form, but who's doing this in live action, man? I mean, you know what I mean? I want to be Robin, like Marlon Wayans. I want to be Robin really bad, but you know what I mean?
Gosh, yeah.
So Chris O'Donnell, remember him doing those
Schumacher ones,
the Joel Schumacher. Yeah. All right.
I mean, Batman Forever was a good film, apart from.
We won't talk about that. So, now I wrote this down. I don't know if it was me or I think it was you. You said, vow never to wear the suit again.
Yeah.
Was that you? You said that?
Yeah, that was me.
That's your quote? Why?
Well, the suit that we had for the Darkest Night was based on the Ben Affleck one, the Frank Miller comics.
Yeah.
And the suit itself, especially in the summer, was just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Very restrictive, and the more your body got hot, the more it felt like as if you were being squeezed, basically.
Yeah.
And the cowl that we had was basically made from a material of urethane, which was used for cars, for tires. So
I love you cosplayer guys. I don't know where you guys come up with these ideas to make these outfits.
Well, with the new suit that we've got now, it's based on the Batman '89, with Michael Keaton. So that one's a lot more softer to wear, more easier, more breathable, and more flexible as well.
More head turning?
Well, mine's the head turn.
Huh?
Mine is the head turn.
Oh, mine is the head turn. Why is that?
Well, I think
because it's got to be so thick and everything that it's kind of hard to make it the malleable thing.
Yeah, because I know.
Just make the head and the body separate.
Yeah, because the tailors they use, especially with Keaton's era for Batman, for '89 to '92. They use like all these materials, like plastic rubber.
Yeah.
And the rubber is a lot more softer to wear than actually, urethane.
Well, I mean, it still is kind of like, you run around as Batman again and everything like that next year, and you're going to start casting. City of Embers, the Batman Darkest Night, as you said, it is on YouTube, but it's also on the festival circuit and everything else like that. So did the success of that garner you more money?
Well,
like to have support this time around for the third one?
Well, with the film festivals, we did receive like a revenue of like £3,000 back, for so it's so that when we got that award and we got the plaudits for it, but it just give you that sort of like sense of like of determination, to do it again, but do better. So that's what I'm sort of like aiming for. Like each one I do, it'll be more better.
Well, Christian, like I said, this has been fantastic. I love talking to creatives, especially the creatives who create and everything like that. So well done on this and everything. Well done on the success. Good luck for the new film. Maybe a black guy shows up.
I'll let you know.
You let me know. That means no. Okay.
The evil soul singer.
The evil soul singer. Well, at least he won't have a ponytail, Phil. Anyway, so
a wet perm.
a wet
Neil.
Oh my God! Phil is only saying what he thinks the audience thinks. Respond below, like and subscribe, and tell Phil where he can go. Christian, you can go home. Thank you for joining us here in the studio
It was my pleasure.
and everything like that. I'm Chase Johnson Lynch. That man in the dark is Phil. He won't be back. But for now, we out of here.